Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for January 23, 2024, PNP pushes for Wholeness Administration to announce local government polls. People's National Party President Mark Golding is again calling for the Andrew Holness-led administration to announce the date for the local government election. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie is expected to announce the date of the election. Speaking at a party meeting in Hanover on Sunday night, Mr. Golding again warned that the parliamentary opposition will not accept any further delay in the holding of the election last held in November 2016.
When we pass the three strategic laws to reform local government, introduce fixed election date for local government elections every 4 years after the last election. It is this government that has reached that year after year, and I want to see what they're going to do this time, because the people will not stand for another bogus extension of this election. There are councils which don't have councillors because councillors are passed on or migrated. The people want to have the opportunity to exercise their right of their franchise and select the councillors of their choice. They want to reconfigure local government to put the People's National Party in the driver's seat. When the time comes, you're not let me down. You're not let down the People's National Party. Because this local government election is a referendum on the government. The people of Jamaica want to see whether the PNP can deliver a victory. And if we can deliver a victory, then we know the next one is assured. And we will have the momentum, and we're going to put on the pressure upon them. Because we have to take back this and save it. Save the country. We have to take it because them are wrecking, as the young senator said. So each and every one, I beg of you, any little affliction, any little issues between us, we're done with that now. Them things don't matter. Them we have to see the big picture. And the big picture is one united Jamaica with a PNP government.
Meanwhile, Manchester North Western Member of Parliament Michael Phillips has accused the Prime Minister Andrew Holness of traveling around the country ahead of the election, making a number of promises in a bid to swing the voters. But he argued that the Prime Minister has a history of broken promises to the people.
I'm in St. Catherine about 5 times this week. I'm in Hanover. I'm in Westmoreland. It was in Manchester the other day. It was in St. James. But I want to remind him that he has given more broken promises to the Jamaican people. You remember the 5 in 4? It's 8 years now and I'm still at 2. It says sleep with your windows and doors open. It's 1,400 people get murdered last year. Him said we're to build more schools. In 8 years he has not built 1 school. Him said better health care. But yet still people still asleep in the passageway, on the benches, on the floor. It is worse under his administration.
Trelawney farmer gunned down. The Trelawney police have recorded the second murder in the parish since the start of the year, following Sunday night's shooting death of a higgler and a farmer in his community by unknown gunmen. The deceased has been identified as 40-year-old Joel Coke, also called O'Neill, of Troy District, Trelawney. Reports from the Falmouth police are that about 9 p.m., Coke was sitting on his motor vehicle on the Troy Main Road when he was approached by 2 men, one of whom was armed with a firearm. The gunman reportedly opened fire at Coke, hitting him multiple times in the upper body, after which they fled on a motorcycle. Coke was assisted to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. No motive has been established for the deadly attack. Judge sums up pros and cons of key witnesses. In Monday's summation of the jury that will soon decide the fate of murder-accused Gregory Roberts, Supreme Court Judge Justice Bertram Morrison cautioned that a key witness for the prosecution could be lying, but also emphasized that indisputable video evidence was damaging to the defense. As he provided the jury in the Shanika Gray murder trial with guidance, Justice Morrison stressed the importance of testimony provided by a witness identified only as the gangster, and that of Mario Morrison, the co-accused who made a plea deal with the prosecution and got a life in prison. The judge described Morrison as Roberts' accomplice and noted that he was no stranger to the legal system. Members of the jury, you have to approach Morrison's testimony with caution. He promised the authorities to tell the whole truth, however that does not say that he has done so. So it is for you to decide the extent of which he has done so, stated Justice Morrison. Mario Morrison had testified that while he had sex with a 15-year-old girl, he did not inflict the fatal wounds. He claimed that Roberts, who also had sex with a teenager, was the one who stabbed her multiple times. Mario Morrison also said Roberts took out his phone and videotaped himself hugging the girl before giving him the phone to record Roberts inflicting the wounds with a knife. However, Justice Morrison told the jury to be careful because it is not known if Mario Morrison had a motive of his own to serve when he gave his testimony. In respect to gangster, Justice Morrison said his testimony is also important because of what he saw that evening. The judge noted that even though gangster told the court that he could not read and write, he told you what he saw. Gangster had stated that he was shown a video of Roberts standing over the girl and repeatedly inflicting wounds to the teen's body. Videos do not tell lies. It captures what it is directed at, stated Justice Morrison. He said the video that a gangster saw can be considered as a collaborative evidence. Also on Monday, the case was briefly adjourned as a result of a police delay in providing Roberts with his lunch. When the case was called up following the court's lunch break at 2:25 p.m., Justice Morrison was told of the development. In adjourning the sitting to allow time for Roberts' meal to be brought from the Freeport lockup, the judge noted that this was the third time that such a development had been brought to his attention. He urged the police to do better. We cannot treat him like that, stated and obviously displeased Justice Morrison, who then sought answers from the police on the reason for the delay. It cannot be. He has to be fed, and it means that there will have to be further delay in my summation. The case resumed at 2:45 p.m. It continues on Tuesday when Justice Morrison is expected to conclude his summation. 10th grader Shanika Gray was found dead with stab wounds in Irwin St. James on February 1, 2017, 3 days after she had been reported missing. She was last seen alive in Montego Bay while on her way home from the funeral of a schoolmate. Roberts and his co-accused Mario Morrison were later taken into custody in connection with the killing. Geico slapped with fraud charges after reportedly pretending to be government minister. A 31-year-old auto mechanic has been charged with a conspiracy to defraud and attempted to obtain money by false pretense in relation to an incident that occurred on 3rd Street, Kingston on Wednesday, January 10. Detectives assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division say Geico, given name Giovanni Francis, contacted a man by telephone purporting to be a government minister. While reportedly pretending to be the minister in conversation, Francis allegedly claimed he could purchase 2 Toyota Prado motor vehicles at an upcoming auction at a reduced rate. It is further reported that Francis informed the man that he should pay customs and storage fees amounting to $2.5 million. The would-be victim, however, got suspicious and decided to contact the government minister whom Francis was pretending to be. After hearing the complainant's story, the minister confirmed that this activity was a scam and encouraged the man to contact the police. Francis was subsequently arrested during an operation and was charged after undergoing a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. Fire at a church corner dump in St. Thomas closer to being contained. The eastern section of the church corner landfill in Morante Bay, St. Thomas, is about 90% contained. Assistant Superintendent with the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Desmond Morris, says the firefighters are working to contain pockets of fire on the western end of the dump. Assistant Superintendent Morris says the 2 units, one from Morante Bay and Yallas, are still at the scene.
We have received much needed assistance from both NWC and National Works Agency. For that, we are appreciative. The Jamaica Fire Brigade will continue to work assiduously to ensure the safety of residents in and around the area.